Hello, my name is James, and I'm about to tell you something that could change the way you connect with women, especially the ones you want to attract. We're going to talk about something much more powerful than it seems: how to write the perfect good morning message. But this isn't just about sending a simple text. It's about making a mark that will stick with her and make her think of you long after the sun goes down. Think about this. She wakes up, grabs her phone, and there it is, your message. But it's not just any message. One that stops her in her tracks, makes her smile, and sparks her interest in you. The kind of message that makes her wonder what makes you different from all the other guys in her inbox. Let me tell you, most men miss this chance because they're either too bland, too eager, or just plain clueless. And that's where the pros and amateurs differ. I have a direct question for you. How often have you sent a good morning text and then sat there with your phone in your hand, feeling like a lost puppy, waiting for a reaction that sometimes never comes? If that's happened to you, you're not alone. But here's the harsh truth. Women don't just respond to words. They react to how they make them feel. If your message doesn't make her feel something, she'll delete it like any other notification. This is where the Stoics can help us men. Stoicism isn't just about controlling what we can control. It's also about understanding human nature, figuring out what really matters, and mastering the art of persuasion through wisdom and emotional intelligence. If Marcus Aurelius were texting, do you think he'd waste words? No. Every word would be planned, meaningful and powerful, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. Envision a situation where your inbox contains 7 irreplaceable messages. These are arsenal texts that not only reach her, but also make her eagerly anticipate your next move. Here are 7 strategies to stand out from the crowd. Get her attention and make a connection that feels real and exciting. This may appear to be a dream, but I assure you that it is legitimate, and you can begin implementing it today. Please sit back and allow me to provide a more detailed explanation. No fluff, just the honest truth about what works, why it works, and how you can use it to your advantage. Let's begin. Let's talk about the first kind of letter. The weird message from message 1. Have you ever thought about why a little mystery is so appealing? It's because curiosity is one of the strongest mental triggers. So instead of sending a generic "good morning," imagine this. You text her, "Good morning, you won't believe the dream I had about you last night." Can you picture how she'll react? She'll pause, be curious, and maybe even smile. You've now made yourself instantly unforgettable. Here's what makes this method so good. If you hint at something exciting or unexpected, it sets off a mental loop that makes her want to know more. She'll spend the day thinking about your dream and what you're going to say next. The great thing about this message is that it's simple but effective. It changes the way you talk to her, from just another guy trying to get her attention to the guy who has her interested and excited. But here's the catch. This method not only makes her curious, but it also subtly positions you as someone different. Most men are predictable and passive, but you're making an emotional connection and showing her that you're brave. Now let's add some stoicism. Think of this strategy as a modern take on Marcus Aurelius's wisdom about human nature. Marcus Aurelius once stated that the color of one's thoughts dyes the soul. When you send her a message that sparks her curiosity, you're painting her day with intrigue and excitement. You're giving her a moment to think and feel something different. This goes beyond texting. It's about becoming a man who leaves an impression with finesse. It's not about fancy words or clever lines. It's about touching her deeply on an emotional level. The harsh truth that most men may not want to hear is that women are inherently emotional. They are not swayed by logic or superficial praises, but they connect with feelings. If you can make her feel, you've already won half the battle. Therefore, Rather than sending her the same generic good morning text that she receives from every other man, consider sending her the following: Good morning. I hope your day is full of amazing accomplishments. By the way, what's your biggest dream right now? It's pretty easy, but don't forget how powerful it is. Message 2. This message does more than just greet her. It shows that you see her as a person with hopes, goals, and a story worth hearing. That's rare, and women notice it. Why is this so effective? For starters, it's a subtle way to show that you care. You're not texting her just to stay on her radar. You're giving her a chance to share something personal. When she replies, she's letting you into a part of her world. That's how emotional bonds are made, not by giving her a lot of compliments or trying to impress her, but by making her feel seen, heard, and valued. Now let's take this a step further with a Stoic view. Marcus Aurelius said, "What we do now will echo in eternity." Think of this message as an investment in connection. By cultivating a spirit of curiosity and empathy, you're not merely sending a text, you're forming a connection with others. Forever wise words, Stoicism tells us to pay attention to what really matters, and in this case, that's getting to know her better instead of just making shallow moves to impress her. This method sets men apart from boys. Most guys waste their time trying to get attention, but you're making an impact that lasts. This isn't about tricking her, it's about being the kind of guy she'll want to talk to. And here's the cool thing. When she feels safe telling you about her dreams, you've just earned a level of trust that most men will never reach. That's what transforms the situation. Let's get to the third kind of message, the spark of creativity. Women love a man who can make them curious and excited, someone who knows how to make her think. This is where you set yourself apart from all the boring, expected guys out there. Besides her daily routine, this is how you do it. Good morning. If you could be anywhere in the world of message 3, where would you go? This isn't a joke. It's a call to think about what might be possible. Imagine that she's dreaming of a tropical beach, the Eiffel Tower, or even a quiet mountain retreat. And guess what? You put a smile on her face. Suddenly you're not just some guy texting her. You're the one who sparks her imagination and gets her excited about life. So why does this work first? Most guys send boring texts like, "How are you?" or "What's up?" without receiving an answer, which is refreshing. But when you ask a question like this, it's different. It shows depth, and it leads to deeper talks. She sees that you're unique and have more than beauty to offer. Second, this type of message fosters an emotional connection. Women are very emotional, and when you get her to dream, you're reaching a deeper part of her mind. She will associate your good vibes, excitement, and curiosity with your name. They play checkers while you play chess, so most guys are way below this. But let's be honest, if you send her bland, passive-aggressive texts every morning, she won't remember you. If you're not standing out, you're invisible. You need to make her feel something, like excitement, curiosity, or just a spark of interest. When you send a message like this, you're not just saying, "Good morning," you're making an impression. So the next time you pick up the phone, don't just text her for no reason. Think about how you can make her day more captivating with a message. When you send her 4 messages like this, you're not just initiating a conversation, you're creating a lasting memory that will entice her to return for more. Make her dream, and she'll keep thinking about you. Now let's talk about the 4th lesson. Curiosity immediately captures people's attention. Indeed, curiosity can serve as a potent instrument, particularly in capturing a woman's interest. So here's how you play this game. Good morning. Something amazing happened last night that made me think of you. I'll tell you about it later. Take a moment to picture how she will respond. She will probably pause, reread the message, and wonder what happened and why it's about me. The subtle hint of mystery is already enticing her. Even if she's busy with her day, a part of her brain is still circling back to you, trying to figure out what you meant. But here's the real genius of this move. You don't follow up immediately. That's right. You let the attention build. You're in control of the narrative now. She'll likely reach out first, eager to hear what you have to say. And when she does, you've flipped the dynamic. She's now chasing you, and you've positioned yourself as someone who's intriguing and worth her attention. This isn't just about starting a conversation, it's about creating a presence. You're not some random guy texting her with no thought or purpose. You're the guy who knows how to make her feel something, who knows how to get inside her head in a way that's playful, exciting, and different from message 5. Rest. But let's be honest for a minute. If you continue to send mundane texts like, "Good morning and how are you?" you're setting yourself up for failure. As a result, most guys send messages that are too easy and don't have any strategy. If you want to stand out, you need to make her feel something, like excitement, curiosity, or even a little frustration that she doesn't know what's going to happen next. This is the kind of message that keeps her interested. It's not about being over the top or trying too hard. It's about being calculated and knowing how to plant seeds that grow in her mind all day. If you're the one who keeps her guessing, you're the one she can't stop thinking about. And that, my friend, is the game-changing factor. Okay, leave a comment below and tell me which of these good morning texts you think would get her attention the most. Even better, tell me how you'd change one of these to make it your own. Let's start talking about it now. Let's move on to the 5th message. The spark of nostalgia. If there's one emotion that always gets Mark's attention, it's nostalgia. It's akin to unlocking the past and reliving the warmth of a shared moment. Try this. "Good morning. I was just thinking about that time we went to the park. It was such a wonderful day. We should definitely do it again soon." Nostalgia is a powerful feeling. It's more than just a nostalgic journey. It serves as a means to evoke the emotions she experienced during that period, be it laughter, connection, or the simple comfort of your presence. By bringing it up, you remind her of how wonderful things were when you were together. Message 6. You're not just dragging her into the past, you're also subtly planting a seed for the future. The genius of this message is that it's low-key but full of meaning. It's not just a generic, "hope you're doing well" text. It's personal, it's thoughtful, and it shows that you remember the little things. And believe me, while other guys struggle to come up with good lines, you're mastering the art of nostalgia. But let's take it a step further. This method is even more effective because it taps into her emotional investment in you by reminding her of the good times. Of course, you're also subtly reminding her that you were the one who made those good times happen. It's difficult to overlook, particularly when the monotony of daily life engulfs most people. Nostalgia takes her back to a time when she felt alive, and you were a part of that. A lot of guys are afraid to get personal in their texts because they don't want to hurt feelings. But if you want to stand out and make a connection that lasts, you have to be different. It's not just a feel-good emotion. Nostalgia is a way to anchor yourself in her mind. When you add a future suggestion, you create continuity, which most guys can't do. You're not just a moment in her past. You're painting yourself as a part of her future. And in a world where most guys are forgettable, that's how you become unforgettable. Let's look at the 6th message in more detail. The kind praise. Every woman loves a compliment, but here's the harsh truth. The thing that most guys get wrong is that they either say something too general, like, "You're so pretty," or they say too much, which makes it sound fake. Say something like, "Good morning. Your laugh gives me such a rush of energy." Message 7 that lights up the entire room. Why does this work so well? It's specific and deeply personal compliments like "You're beautiful" are a dime a dozen. and they're the kind of thing every guy texts. But when you notice something that's uniquely hers, her laugh, her wit, or even the way she talks about her passions, you're doing something rare. You're showing her that you see her, not just the surface-level version of her, but the real, genuine person underneath. That's a compliment she won't forget. Now, let's add another layer to this. The Stoic perspective. In Stoicism, one of the key principles is focusing on virtue and character above all else. When you compliment her laugh, you're not just admiring something special, you're valuing the joy and warmth she brings to others. That's a reflection of her character, and it's infinitely more meaningful than praising something fleeting, like her physical appearance. Take a moment to think about it. When you praise her, you're recognizing her essence, the thing that makes her who she is. In a world that is all about fake approval, this stands out as real and grounded. Most guys are too self-absorbed to notice these details. They're focused on impressing her with flashy words or trying to look cool, but by paying attention to something as simple yet profound as her laugh, you're setting yourself apart. You're showing her that you're not like the rest. You're someone who values depth over appearances, someone who sees value in the small, beautiful moments of life, exactly the kind of mindset Stoicism champions. And here's the genius part. This type of message builds emotional equity by making her feel valued for something deeper. You're creating a connection that goes beyond casual flattery. She'll think about it, she'll remember it, and most importantly, she'll associate those warm, genuine feelings with you in a world where most men settle for mediocrity. Be the one who plays the game differently. Compliment her in a way that speaks to her soul, not just her ego. And by doing so, you'll not only stand out, you'll make her feel truly seen, a rarity in today's shallow world. That's how you shift the dynamic in your... Let's discuss the seventh word in the Golden Rule. Looking forward to. Most guys who try to keep a woman's attention fail because they let go of things too quickly and don't create any tension. Send her a message like, "Good morning, I have a surprise planned for you, and I can't wait to see how you react." Can you feel that instant spike in her interest? She'll be sitting there wondering what the hell you have in store for her. It's brutal, raw, and incredibly effective. You've captured her interest, and now she's consumed by thoughts of you. Every time her phone rings, she'll be wondering, is this the surprise? That's the power of anticipation. It keeps you in her mind all day. You've combined three powerful elements: mystery, excitement, and the promise of something important. She doesn't know exactly what's coming, but you've given her a taste. Like a movie trailer, this builds anticipation, and the best part is that you get to choose when and how to reveal the surprise. However, the challenge lies in maintaining her suspense. Maintaining the promise you've made will seal the deal and keep her returning for more. This isn't just about texting. It's about making an experience or story that swirls around you. Let's face it, women seek excitement. Bonus tip: they're not interested in dull, routine guys who just do the right things. They want someone who can make them feel something, someone who can capture their attention, keep them guessing and build excitement. When you master the art of anticipation, you're not only showing that you're interesting, you're also showing that you can add a sense of uncertainty to her life, which is something most men can't do in a world where too many guys are just filler. You become the main event, and she'll be thinking about you all the time. That's how you build real intrigue and keep her coming back for more. Just a quick question. Which of these 7 messages do you think would work best for the woman you're interested in? Leave your answer in the comments, and it might help other guys too. Before I end, remember this golden rule: be real. Instead of simply copying and pasting these messages, strive to understand their essence and personalize them. Women can tell when someone isn't being honest, so be real, thoughtful, and true to yourself. Time counts. Don't send her too many daily conclusion messages. Mix them in with regular chats and keep some surprises. The key is to stay interesting, but don't let her know where she stands. The goal is to make a real connection. Not manipulating, be kind to her and use these texts to have deep conversations. If you like this, please subscribe and stay tuned for more tips on how to connect with people more deeply.